So today I'm going to talk you through one of the bags that has become a firm favourite in my collection and certainly one of my most used bags, and that is the Longchamp Le Pliage Backpack. Hello, and the warmest of welcomes to today's video. As I mentioned in the intro, I'm going to be taking you through my Longchamp Le Pliage Backpack and what I think of it and would I recommend it. This is the first time you're seeing my face. Hi, I'm Nick, fab to have you here. This isn't the first time you're seeing my face. Thank you so much for joining me from another video. I'm all about living life loud, and what that means to me is being authentically yourself, loving who you are, celebrating who you are. I talk about various things on this channel, mainly fashion, bags, shoes, etc. But then I also do talk about some slightly more personal topics as well, just to give you a little bit of a flavour as to who I am as an individual. So, without further ado, let's get into today's topic. And I'm going to talk to you, as I mentioned, about the Longchamp Le Pliage Backpacks. Now, I have two of these. I have one in beige and I have one in pink. I am probably going to use the beige as my demonstrator. The pink one is currently my gym bag. Pretty colour, like using it, not my favourite. This one's the one that I've certainly used the most. Now, this is the Le Pliage Backpack in the club style. And they also do this in the classic. You can also buy it in leather. Now, the reason that this is the club style is because there is the continuation of the same colour scheme throughout the whole bag. So you have the beige nylon with the beige leather with the beige handles. If this was a classic, you would have beige nylon with the brown leather with the brown handles. So that's where the slight difference is. I only own club styles, as you've seen, but if the right combo came along, I would certainly look at one of the classics, although I think I am just more drawn to the club style in general. Now, what do I think about this bag? Synopsis, I think it's fab. I think it's a really versatile bag. It's really easy to use. It's carefree. I also think this is a bag that, I don't believe fashion has a gender anyway. I think you should just wear what you want, when you want, how you want. However, this is very much a unisex bag, and the range of colours that you can buy it in very much speaks to that. So I think this is a great bag for whomever wishes to purchase one. Now, one of my concerns when it came to backpacks more traditionally is the fact that I always worry about the security of them. I dislike the thought of having something on my back that I can't see, that someone with wandering hands could potentially work their way into. Now, I know that I'm one of those people that often used to think, oh, I would feel it, I would know what was going on. People are clever. People are clever and they can get into your stuff. So I certainly don't want to fall foul to that. So what I really like about this is the fact that you have the flap here, which has the popper that it connects to, then you have the zip. So you need to get through both things in order to be able to get into my bag. And yeah, that could still happen, but I put up my best chance on it not happening. So that's what I really like about this bag. I also really like the versatility in the sense that if I don't want to wear it on my back, which I don't tend to, I can just carry it by the top handle, and I tend to just carry it like so, or I will just take the two straps like that and carry it like this. This is actually how you would normally see me wearing this or carrying this if I were to be using it. I really like backpacks that have top handles. I think it works really well. And of course, because this is a smaller backpack, that works well as well. If it was a really big backpack, you wouldn't be carrying it by the top handle. It would look ridiculous, but this is small. It's slightly sort of daintier. So therefore, I think it works really nicely. I also really love the colour contrast on this. The beige is a very versatile colour, very easy to style, and I like the pop of cobalt blue on the button, the piping, and of course it also has silver hardware, which I'm sure you probably know is my favourite hardware. In terms of the space within the bag, and I will try and put in somewhere a kind of what fits in the bag as I'm talking, but let's just hit stuffing out of it for the memento. And this is just one open space inside the bag. I don't know how well you'll be able to see that. It's just one open space like so, and then there is also a pocket on the back. And I've mentioned this previously, but one thing I really like about the Le Pliage bags and the club is the fact that they carry on the nylon colour through into the back pocket, and that's the same for the classic bags as well, not just the club. So I do really like that. This is a really good pocket for maybe, not necessarily a phone, no, it's a little bit small for that, but maybe a card holder, your keys, something along those lines. It's really practical. Anything that you just need to grab without wanting to rummage through the bag, you can just put in there and it's easy, and it's very easily to hand. Now, one of the things that I know bothers people about these bags is the fact that you can see the stitching in them. So you can see the stitching there, you can see the stitching on the back of the bag where the pocket is, and inside here you can see where the logo has been stitched. That personally does not bother me one iota. No concerns here. I actually think it adds somewhat to the character of the bag. It also means that they've not made it unnecessarily frilly, and therefore they haven't made it unnecessarily expensive by trying to make sure that it's perfectly lined and it's got all of that stuff. It's a bag that's there to be used, it's a bag that's there to be versatile. And this was £80. I purchased mine from Selfridges in London. I absolutely love this. I just think it's fab. I really like the mixture of the materials as well. I like the fact that they've used nylon, they've used leather, you've then got the straps here, and each material has a slightly different shade of the same colour. I think that's really, really lovely. They've done a really good job with this bag. What's also really easy about it is that the interior is so easy to keep clean. Mine isn't particularly clean, but I will be honest, with this bag in particular, I'm slightly lazy. I could very easily just wipe that down with a damp cloth, take all of the dirt out of it, and away we go. Mine has a white lining, as you can see. However, I think this might differ depending on the colour of the bag, because I know that my green top handle has a grey lining, and then my blue document holder / briefcase, that has a black lining. So I think it does differ dependent on the colour of the bag, in the same way that the piping and stitching changes colour dependent on the colour of the bag that you're using. But I just think this is a really beautiful, beautiful piece. I'm really glad that I bought it. It's become far more useful to me than I thought it was going to, particularly during lockdown. When we were able to go for our daily exercise, this was the bag that I took with me everywhere I went. And when we were going to the supermarket, this was the bag I took with me. It was just so easy and carefree. In terms of wear and tear, as I mentioned, the inside's a little bit dirty, but that could very easily be rectified. I have mentioned previously that this has some unfortunate staining on the back, and this was due to a beer being spilt on it at a rugby game, but I mean, what are you going to do? You couldn't predict that was going to happen. And then there is some scuffing as well. I'm just trying to see if I can find where it is. So there's scuffing on the very base here. It's almost like scratches, but that's okay. Oh, it's here. Sorry, I'm showing the wrong bit. It's there. But that's okay. I'm not overly concerned by that. It's not so expensive that I feel the need to baby it, and it's well used. So once a bag gets a few bumps and scrapes on it, it just becomes very functional to me. I will still use it, and I will still use it gladly and happily, and I'll still love it. But it becomes less of a need to baby it. But what this did teach me is that lighter colour bags and me, I need to be a bit more careful. So this was my first kind of foray into, is that the right word? Foray? Into sort of lighter colour bags, and I need to be a little bit more careful than I was with this. So I was looking at buying a Longchamp bag in the chalk colour, which I absolutely love, but I think I would probably ruin it, so I'm not going to worry with that. But I just think this is absolutely fab. This guy was travelling with me as well when we were, of course, able to travel. The reason being, you can fold the backpacks up into just a little square and pack it away, and so easy to use. I would highly recommend this, like I said, for anyone. I think it's a great unisex bag. I think it's incredibly versatile. You can dress it up, you can dress it down. There was someone, I remember seeing just before the pandemic actually, when I was out, and they had one of these, and they had it in, I think it was in the black with the white stitching, and they had a scarf wrapped around the handle, and they had it with quite a dressy outfit, but because it's a small backpack, they had it in a dark colour, and they had the scarf around it. It was actually quite a nice bag to take with them. It was quite a dressy bag, and I can imagine it was really easy to use on a night out and quite carefree. So I'm a really big fan of these. I think you can absolutely match it to your lifestyle. Highly, highly recommend. Reasonable price point. You know how I feel about Longchamp as a brand, as a bag brand. Yeah, excellent, excellent, as always. No regrets with this. No regrets with my pink one either, but that one's just more functional because it's not my fave and I just use it as a gym bag. But it's great for that, super easy. I'm a big fan. So there we have it. Those are my Longchamp Le Pliage backpacks. Let me know what you think. Do you own a Le Pliage backpack? If so, which variation do you have? Are you looking at buying one? Have a little think. Have a little think. I hope this review has been somewhat useful for you. Like I said, I'm a big fan. I would highly recommend if it is on your list of things to buy. Anyway, as always, thank you so much for watching today's video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye. Mwah.